And welcome to Week Roundup. We're up to Division 4. I'm with Luke Hosey. How are you, Luke?
G'day, Darcy. How are you, mate?
Oh, look, the season's over now. That's the end of the minor round. All goes so quick for Division 3 down to 7. So a few more to go on Div 2 and 1. But there's a few boys will be out on the frothies today with the Mad Monday. So
yeah, it's a long season. A lot of them start training in November, and you know it's still a long season. But yeah, it's gone pretty quick, really.
Oh, back in our day, we'd probably go out training about a week before or something, do a few stretches, and we're into it. But a bit different these days. So
not quite, but yeah.
We head out to the Kilburn Oval for the first game. So it was Kilburn had a nice little win over Smithfield. So it was 22 goals, 15, 147 Kilburn. Defeated Smithfield 8-11-59. So had the coach in, did he say much about last week's game? Or?
He rated Kilburn very highly, and he thought they could play in the grand final initially. So that was the coach of Smithfield. We had Josh Constantine in, and rated Kilburn very highly. But they've been up and down in the back half of the year. Obviously had a great day last week. You got some better players, mate?
Yeah, for Kilburn we've got McCullum with 5, Wilson with 3, Long with 2, Ben Desi with 2, Tripp with 2, Martin with 2, and then individuals to Williams, Sermon, O'Loughlin, Wilson, Sandercock and Gill. And for the best players we've got Robinson, Williams, Sandercock, Foster and Wilson. So, and for Smithfield, mate?
We had Schugman with 3, Varco with 2, Gray, Nisbet and Cook with singles. Better players were Gray, Sinclair, Handyman, Partridge and Thompson. They were the better players, but good to see McCullum kick some goals. He hasn't kicked a lot this year.
He's back in it, coming up just nice and ready for the finals. So we
see
hard
to stop on his day. I mean, he goes on that fast lead and takes the ball at 45s, and he's tough to beat on his day. Takes a good mark.
All over at quarter time, 9 goal with 357 to 1-4-10, so all over at quarter time for Kilburn, and well done. They have finished in 4 spots. They won't get the double chance playing Jeps Cross, which will come through in a minute. But good on them, Kilburn. They were in the bones of their neck a few years ago, so now they've come back and they've make finals in Division 4. And as you said, if they're looking the goods, you never know what could happen at the end of the year.
This week we've got last week we had Jeps Cross, who are going to be Kilburn's opponents this week. 9-13-67, they beat Hectorville, who finished 9th, 9-4-58. Hectorville got off to a great start, kicked 5 goals in the opening quarter, but couldn't quite sustain it. And it was a 9-point win to the Rams at Daily Reserve. Hectorville better players and goal kickers, guys.
Yeah, we've got Hectorville, Goulman Glasson with 2, Wootton, Alexander, Broadbent, Hosking, Fickner and Mazzoni and Chapman all of individuals. They did spread around quite a bit there for Hectorville. Best players were Spike, Wootton, Broadbent, Ben and Mazzoni. And then for Jeps Cross, got Robinson with 2, Kovacic with 2, Siebert with 2, Tanner, Mordaunt and McEntee. Individual goal scorers there, with best players with Mordaunt, Evans, Rawlings, Mordaunt again. So a couple of brothers playing there, and Smith. So, but again,
Byron, Bimo, Mordaunt, don't legs.
I think Jeps Cross, probably, look, we don't know if they would have rested players for the finals, just don't know, but a little bit close for comfort, I think, for that one, because Hectorville, as you said, they're going to be relegated, they're sitting second bottom, so just a little bit close for comfort, I think, Jeps Cross for them. But again, we don't know what their thoughts are in resting players, and just think we're playing the second bottom side, let's rest a few, freshen them up for the week after, and you never know.
And the game we did Kenlake Gardens in Edmonstown, we did that live call out there, and I know I did. I went expecting to see Edmonstown win by 3 or 4 goals, you know, because I'd heard a bit about them, and they beat North Haven the other week. And but it was Kenlake Gardens. They were far too good. It was 18-10, 118 to Edmonstown, 8-18, 66. They didn't really fire a shot at Edmonstown in the first half, did they? Right. Pretty ordinary.
But I think there's only 2, like 8-18 Edwardstown, and they were poor kicking that day. So we get 26 scoring shots to 28 scoring shots. So there's only two difference in scoring shots, and they win by, gee whiz, well over nearly 50, 60 points. So that was the big difference.
But it was 10 goals difference at half time.
It was, yeah. That was, and just after it was just. Edwardstown, unfortunately, coach won't be going on, so he's decided not to move on. So that's whether the players should have given him one last kick on the last game, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah, they just looked disinterested, didn't they, on Saturday? And we had Wayne Wild with us, and he said the same thing. And
he didn't sugarcoat anything, did he? He was sort of told what he thought about Edwardstown on that day. He said, no, this is not good at all, and he was certainly put his his thoughts across as well.
No,
so,
we were trying to sugarcoat it a little bit, and
he did.
Wayne said that no, they did. And he was right, though. They didn't play well, and it wasn't until probably 10 minutes into the third quarter when they rolled Colby Blythe forward did they really looked like they.
Yeah.
And then after that, they started playing some pretty good footy. But yeah, well done to Kernlight Gardens.
We see Edwardstown, like Sarah with 2. I mean, he kicked those 2 in the last quarter, so maybe he should have been there all game. You just don't know what.
Kicked 2 goals, 4 or 5 days
in that last quarter. So exactly. So we've got Blythe with 2. He gave everything all day. Cornish, Horgan, Willard, and Clark. The best players told. I mean,
in the ruck,
mate, he was all. What's that word I hate using? Rucked all day, but he certainly did. He'll be a very sore boy that night. Case Mitchell, Tezeray. And
he was good, wasn't he?
Mate, again, young, stocky bloke. He was everywhere. And Cavallio, they called the horse. They
were outstanding. I thought Tezeray was outstanding.
I thought maybe moved up a bit, but I thought the case of Mitchell, yeah, they did okay as well. But how do you pick the best players in a losing side?
All told, just about won every hit out for the day, but
it just didn't hit a target.
They couldn't get couldn't win a stoppage, could they? Yeah, so.
Then the goal kickers for Kernlight Gardens, we saw it, they spent around all day. 13. I think they had 10 up to half time, pretty sure of it. So we'd Fleming with 3.
He was good up forward.
He was, yeah. Goulash, his real name is Goochach.
The big ruckman?
Yeah, Goulash they call him. Groves with 2, the Sid Visser with 2, Marshall, Sloan, and Sloan with the couple, with individuals to Day, Bennett, Cornish, Corey, and Smith with best players. Sid Visser, okay, that's interesting. He did play well, but I thought Groves was probably my pick for the best on ground, and Hooper, Bennett, and
he was good in the back pocket.
He was, and Cornish I think was perhaps amongst the best as well. But
I thought Bennett was. That was everyone's their own, isn't
it? But again, what they were thinking, there may have been some jobs they had to do, but Sid Visser, he did across the back line there. He did a bit of a rocket Walter back there, did his job.
Yeah, Groves come running through and kicked that fantastic goal in the second quarter, and from the back pocket, or running all the way through. He was one to watch. Young fellow who plays in a helmet. Was very good.
But obviously, both sides they're not going to get relegated, nor can they make the final. So it's just a non-sort of a game, really, wasn't it? So
I would have thought for Brett Leonard, the coach at Kernlight Gardens, he's got something to work for next year.
Yep.
He's got some players, and bit of work to do for Edwardstown, obviously.
They head up to Morphettville Park, so we saw a pretty good win there by Salisbury in the end. So Morphettville Park, they were up at quarter time, but they were run over in the next 3 quarters. So it was Salisbury 11 goal 9.75 to Morphettville Park 8-11.59. So again, probably poor kicking there. They had 19 scoring shots to 20, so pretty close there.
I expected Morphettville Park to win this.
Yeah, exactly.
They went to Dwight Reserve the week before, won by a point, went back to their own home ground. I've never seen it, but I've heard it's very unique in its shape. They say it looks like a pasty, but I don't know. And
Morphettville Park sitting second. You think they're playing someone that's not in the finals? So
6, but you don't know if they rested.
That's what we say exactly. But start off with Salisbury. We've got Mansfield kicked 2, Mann also with 2, Horges with 2, Harrison also with 2, with Thurston, Brown, and Hull with individuals. The best players: Shields, Goods, Paget, Biddle, and Keenan.
Yep. And for Morphettville Park, we had Doak with 2. And a host of singles. We had Edwards, Barry, Spicer, Roberts, McDermott, and Gibby all with singles. Better players: Barnett, Roberts, McConnell, Rainey, and Spicer. Now, without being there, you don't know if they took the foot off. It's always hard. They always have that second shot spot sewn up. You don't know what coaches have done. That happens a lot heading into finals in round 18. So
they couldn't lose top spot anyway, or the second spot anyway.
Coaches are the ones who know their playing group best and who's got injuries and who they have to rest. So.
And this was probably the game of the round by a mile, because obviously North Haven are top and Eastern Park were third. So it was a crack of a game in the end, but obviously overrun at North Haven by the end of it. So good win in North Haven. They have only lost the 1 game during the year, so well done them. It was 17 goal 12 114. Eastern Park 15 goal 7 9.
And it was Edwardstown, strangely enough, who beat them.
Yeah, it was too. Yeah, who didn't even make the final. So the Lippo was 6. Did he text you, did he, about his 6 goals? I'm sure he would have told something about it.
No, he's one of his quiet Saturday nights this week.
Dixon with 4. Cocchiaro.
Cocchiaro,
yeah.
2.
Cork with 2. Reed, Merritt, and Dicko. With individuals there, with the best players was Pedersen, Cochrane, Tyler, Lipson, Lippo, both Lippos, the C and
Chris
T.
and Tom.
Yeah, and Lunaric, is it?
Lorenzic.
In amongst the best
Lorenzic,
players.
yep.
And for Eastern Park, mate?
Shawnee Mansell is a little jet up forward, very quick. Talking about him last week with Lippo, very, very quick, hard to get a match up. Kicked 7. Williamson kicked 3. Woodward, Mules, McIver, Rayleigh and Nat all kicked singles. Dietrichson was their best. Shawnee Mansell with his 7 goals, second best. McIver, Garner and Winter in the ruck. Good ruckman, that guy, Winter. But yeah, Mansell, quality footballer, and obviously didn't have a match up for them last week. Mark Tyler and the coaching staff at North Haven, they want to find one in September because he can tear you apart, that lad.
So we've got 3 of the 4 of the players and the best players. We've got Tyler, the Lippos, and also Dicko actually kicked the goal, but all of them from Port District's originally. So just to move over with their mates. But
over to Portland. It
was too. Dicko played for Portland.
Well, out of that lot at Portland, there was Chris Lipson, Tom Mitson, Cocchiaro, Dickinson, and Pedersen.
Yep.
All played at Portland, and Tyler last year.
Tight, unique, clubs down there, so one goes, they sort of move with their mates, as you do. So, but interesting in the we've got in the ladder. So obviously North Haven clear leaders. They were actually 4 games clear of Morphettville Park, who was second. Eastern Park, Kilburn, and Jeps Cross in the finals, with Salisbury, Edwardstown, and Curlite Gardens just not doing anything. They would stay in Division 4. With Hectorville and Smithfield, unfortunately, being relegated, they're playing Division 5 next year. Did the coach of Smithfield say much about that? He's going to build the boys back up again.
Build the boys back up, and he just said, just few culture things, getting guys to training, make sure they're all at training. He said, got to work on getting, a full squad there, sort of thing. So,
yeah. Okay, this week's game we've got Morford Park and Eastern Park. Oh, it's a crack of a game, that one.
Yeah, that's at Kellett Reserve at the Pasty.
I'm going to go for Eastern Park with just be a slight upset, I think. I think it'll be a close game. I think Eastern Park for me just a bit tougher and harder than they are at Morpheville Park.
We don't know what happened last week with Morpheville Park. They got beaten, but the fact that they beat Eastern Park at Dwight the other week by a point, they would have had a good look at Eastern Park. They'd be getting the matchups. I've heard that Kellett Reserve's probably not the easiest place to play, so I'm going to go with Morpheville Park.
Yep.
But it'll be a very good game.
Yeah, then we've got Kilburn and Jeps Cross. At Kilburn, I think Kilburn, after their big win last week, gives a lot of confidence. I think at Kilburn as well, very hard to beat there with the Mountain Men on the other side. I think they'll get them over the line.
Yeah, I'll go with the Chicks.
And as you said, they were a bit of the Smithfield coach said no, they're looking the goods. So
he rated it very highly. And with good sign McCullum kicking 5 too. That's always good. Just going to get probably Ernie Graham to get a kick once or two, one or two. I mean, not seeing his name in the best players. So lift your game, Shrek.
He got lifted off the ground last week. When is that the week before or last week or something? He got carried off the ground, as in on the shoulders, and must have done something. Probably kicked a goal or something. We don't know about it. That's all for Division 4. Good luck with all the teams this week playing the finals and the reserves. So we'll be see you next week with the results.
Good luck.
See ya.